All right, guys, welcome back. Today we're going to do Nick Fury, Agent of S.H.I.E.L.D., issue number 13, The Return of the Yellow Claw. This is the Hydra Affair, part 2 of 3. I reviewed the last one 4 weeks ago, a month ago, something like that. I really enjoyed it. I don't have much S.H.I.E.L.D. comics, but, I just picked this up on cheap and I said, let's try it. And, I really enjoyed it. I don't like the cover, though. I mean, I like everything in the back, but what I don't like is this bulky, weird looking, what is it actually? Is some kind of a combat suit that looks like Nick here has some kind of a female parts. It looks weird. It's just, I know, it doesn't look good at all. Anyway, so without further ado, let's dive in. So yeah, Nick Fury and his crew is getting a licking last time from none other than Madam Viper and the Yellow Claw. So the rest of the team comes in, and this is the Countess and Kate. Now, I forgot what Kate's part really is exactly. Is she an advisor or... I forgot. So, yeah, maybe it wasn't even explained. I thought she was just a side character, but it seems that she is in this comic a bigger role to play. So one of the members, Pierce, Alexander Pierce, has been kidnapped by Madame Viper because it seems they have a history together. I mean, she likes him a lot or has an affair with him, or I'm not really, and he's been taken away, and then Nick feels very bad about that, right? And then we see this gorgeous shot of Madame Viper who has some kind of a makeover, and she shaved her hair, well, on the side parts. And yeah, this looks great. And she's talking towards her master, the Yellow Claw. And the Yellow Claw is, he wants to have an heir or basically immortality. Now, I'm not sure if he wants real immortality, like physical immortality, or that he wants to be immortal by, I don't know, creating heirs, like sons and daughters. But he declares that Madame Viper here, or maybe Madame Hydra, I believe they are one and the same, right? But I believe I don't know. And she says, well, you are my daughter now, right? And she says, you have given me purpose, my lord, and I will build you an empire deserving one of your power and antiquity, right? So, and she's very thankful because he gave her back the love of her life. And this is Alexander that, I mean, come on, this no. This suit just doesn't fit a man. This looks weird. Anyway, but Madame Hydra / Viper is very pleased. So this old woman says, hey, why didn't you kill Nick Fury? And she said, well, it was important. To have killed the S.H.I.E.L.D. agents would have robbed me of my ultimate triumph. Nick Fury must die seeing me ascendant. Then rebuild my empire, Hydra. Return the claw to the glory that is his birthright. So it's Madame Hydra. Why am I thinking of Madame Viper? I don't know. Ads. Anyway, so we have this young man and his mother, having a chill night on the sunset. But she says, hey, let's go inside because there is a demon woman scouring the islands, taking our young as she has these past weeks. You must come indoors. And she says, well, it's probably all a lie and a myth, right? He's not worried. So Madame Hydra comes in with her Hydra goons, and he says, we gather more warriors for my master, more acolytes of blood for the reborn glory of the organization known as Hydra. The young, the fit, the strong, all shall kneel before me. As is fitting, for in ages past, I would have been a warrior queen, leading my soldiers to glorious, joyous death. And so she orders her soldiers to, kill the elderly and only take the young, right? Because, the elderly are useless. But then this boy here is, how do you say, rebellion. He says, oh, one with spirit, I see. You, the demon queen, I thought you were only a legend. Still, I spit at you, he says. Well, and then she kisses him. That will be most unwise, son, for I am in truth very real indeed, and I would snap your neck for such an atrocity. Still, you are a handsome lad, and a bold one. So she's using the Vulcan neck pinch on him, and he's unconscious, right? And they are just leaving the island. But there is some kind of a drone in here that vanishes over the darkling sea, never to be seen again. Not in this comic, anyway. Meaning, in Shield Central New York, so they're getting all this data that, Hydra is raiding neighborhood islands for young people, for whatever. And they can do nothing because they're on the other side of the country. So she says, Kate here, she's a piece of work, this Madam Hydra. In a way, I hope Pierce died on the island that night. But the Countess says, Kate, think about it, Countess. Better a quick death rather than seeing this brutality and being helpless to stop it. Careful, Kate, she says. Well, she is feisty, I must say that. Anyway, so this guy's frustrated that they can't do anything, but Nick comes in and he says, hey, we got some pictures of this spy eye, right? So we're probably going to find out where the base is. All right, so there's some, well, probably not videos because it's a book from the 1990s, so it's 34 years old? Yeah, right? And they recognize that the one next to Madame Hydra is none other than Pierce, and he's alive. We would know that, of course, but these guys don't, right? So Fury says, Nina, get the shuttle ready. Tell Gabe Jones Operation Rebirth is on the way. Tell him we're going to snag a Viper. All right. Now, this feels a little bit... Well, I'm going to show you a little bit later what I mean, what I'm trying to say here. Anyway, so Iron Man comes in, right, because they're creating some kind of a new helicarrier because the other one's been, blown up to pieces, I guess, and he gave them a new, a fusion engine to speed up, the process or something, and, being installed in this Hydra carrier. And he is talking to Nick Fury and said, hey, maybe the Avengers can help with that, but Nick says, no, thank you, this is a Hydra Affair. We got to take care of it, and it seems that he's knowing that he's Tony Stark. All right. Anyway, so but then it seems that not only Hydra is recruiting young people, even as you can see here, Shield is doing that, right? So it is more like an inspection, and so Fury gives a speech, about a mission. That people are being killed and that they are here to come in to rescue certain people. And he talked about Project Rebirth. And it's more than rebuilding a ship that looks like a bathtub, folks. It's about recapturing the spirits to protect and defend those who cannot do it themselves. It's about recapturing the best of S.H.I.E.L.D. Let's do that spirit proud. And they say, yo, S.H.I.E.L.D. And they, oh man, it's a little bit too G.I. Joe for me. That's what I'm trying to say earlier. A little bit, come on. Anyway. But yeah, Nick Fury's pleased. So they set course for the island, right? With the new helicarrier, which looks a little bit weird. But hey, I like this, 90s design. Anyway, so Nick is pondering, but then the Countess comes in, right? She says, Nick, I want to talk to you before we reach Hydra. I know you worry about Pierce, about all of us. You know me so well, Val, so what happened to the two of us? And she says, hey, we need to talk. You were bitter after S.H.I.E.L.D. first broke up. You turned away from your friends, from me. I think you were afraid to show you were hurt. The tough soldier mourning his friends didn't fit your image. So you went away. And that hurt me, Nick, more than anything. So he regrets that, I guess. I was numb, Val, and I didn't know how to show it. And then I heard you were with Mackenzie. I don't know who that is. I got angry. I wanted to get even, and she stops him. Hush, Nick, sweet Nick, before you say something that may hurt too many people. What's done is done. Is it, Val? Or are we just kidding ourselves? So we have Kate here, and she's crying. Now, I don't know why. I mean, is she in love with Nick? Or maybe the Countess? She jealous? What's going on? I don't know. Meanwhile, in South China Sea, we go into the mountains because we see this, hidden grotto, I guess, with all this Hydra technology. And Madame Hydra is giving a speech. And she says, tonight is the time of the testing, my sacred band. The last of the recruits has been finished their training. The weak has been weeded out and cast into the pit. The strong nurtured, nursed to their full potential. For Hydra must ever be strong, for I am the strength and you are mine. Tonight we shall do battle with the best of my new followers to baptize him in blood and sweat and joy. Look ye, he comes now. What's with the haircut? But it looks creepy. And it's none other than this, guy, this young boy. What's with the resolution? Sorry. Anyway, mere months ago, he was a lover of dreams and the sea who clung to his mother, and now he clings only to me. Bring him to me, Alexander. All right, so she's going to test him, right? He says, now, boy, delight me. Excellent, you defend yourself well. Oops. But to no avail, it's Madame Hydra that wins the day because she's way too strong. Your expertise pales before my genius. Each thrust I counter, and ultimately, as always, I vanquish. And now, unarmed stripling, you die, and die joyfully, lad, for this is my hands, the hands of an artist. But then Alexander says, my lady, no! Pierce, you speak, but I didn't command it. So he says, hey, why not let him live? And, maybe he inspire others because he was brave, right? So she grants him this boon. He's kissing her face, kissing her feet. So the yellow claw comes in, right? And he's pleased what we have seen, right? And so he announces that Fury is on his way here to do battle. And she's rejoiced. We are ready, my lords, are we not, Alexander? By this day's end we shall bathe in the immortal blood of your former commander. And like I said, they are rejoicing, and the Yellow Claw is very, very pleased. So I wonder what his role is in the end, because there's only one issue left. But so maybe this is not about him, but more about Madame Hydra / Viper. Interesting. I believe so. All right, so it's raining, and there's some, these defenses of the fortresses coming out. And then they go outside for some reason. And it seems that they're hiding in the storm, but they're getting blasted from above. And it's none other than this helicarrier, right? And she says, the helicarrier, I had no idea. Probably because every helicarrier in the past was destroyed, I guess. What a glorious opportunity. Destroy it now. Bring down Fury's silver bauble. Madame Minerva's out of range, but look, from the hull, man descend. Now this looks way better, right? It still looks like he has some man boobs, but if you are, according to this, maybe it's the color, right? It's just, and he has a big T on his crotch. Why? Anyway, so they're going outside, and even Kate is with them, and I thought, why? She's not a combatant as far as I know. And he still smokes inside the helmet. How does that work? Does he have an air filter in it or something, or smoke filter? And then they are, having, good versus evil battle, and I think, why are you outside? I mean, you were on the helicarrier. You could have just stayed there out of range and blast these guys into oblivion. Probably have the upper hand. So. Somewhat, right? But yeah, he's going, to the ground, and, there's a war. Doesn't look good, by the way. Anyway, so we see Madame Hydra with the young boy and Alexander. Oh, what a glorious battle. For its purity itself, life, death, the balance and conflict. So Kate says something on the skylight. Pierce and Hydra, if I can bring them down, we won. Of course, going solo against a fully armed Sky Sled is a tantamount to suicide. But Kate, what do you have to lose? And I'm like, what are you doing? And she says, Countess says, Kate, no, are you insane? You have no cover. Just call me crazy, Countess, or the other woman. And she says, what? No, she couldn't have. Yeah, she was listening, Countess. So she's going on full frontal attack. Kate Neville, how delightful, says Hydra. How forthright. Hydra, you under arrest. Yeah, that does do the trick, right? How pedestrian, Kate, dear. You are about to die. And Nick says, what idiot is going against Hydra solo? My God, Kate, what in Sam Hill are you doing, kid? He's still smoking, by the way. But then, of course, we all know what's going to happen. this young kid proves himself by killing. I guess he's dead, right? Uh, um, she fights well in any other time. She may have been an ally, says Hydra. But in our fantasies, kill her lad, and he does that, and there is no even time for a scream. And Hydra says, excellent, my warrior. You tested your first blood, and nothing shall ever be the same. And Peter says, Kate? And Fury says, Kate? And it leads us to the next issue. Is she dead, or is she just, badly wounded? We will know in the next issue that I'm going to review pretty soon. Guys, let me know in the comments what you think about this. I think this is fun. I just hate this image. See you later, guys. Bye-bye.